Hello everyone and welcome back to another part of my F1 24 Kimi Antonelli career mode. Last time out we headed to Texas for the US Grand Prix, the only US Grand Prix on the calendar, and needless to say, it did not go well at all. We ended up retiring from the session due to going on the dryers too early, which was a dismal weekend. Two dismal weekends for us on the back of a Singapore engine failure. However, we do head to Brazil this time out for the Sao Paulo Grand Prix and another sprint weekend. Hopefully this one provides a much better weekend in terms of for us compared to last time in the championship. 2 DNFs drop us behind Oscar Piastri of McLaren and Charles Leclerc, who also got a DNF in the US, which I did not notice actually. But yeah, let's head straight to the race weekend and qualifying for the sprint here in Sao Paulo. I'm super excited for it. Let's get right into it.
It's a Saturday showdown. Fancy some hot laps around Interlagos. It's qualifying day here for the Sao Paulo Grand Prix.
Qualifying complete then in SQ2 and on the mediums, of course, and we are not fancying these medium tyres whatsoever. We actually are 4/10ths down on Pierre Gasly, so we're going to need a miracle last sector to pull this lap out of the bag, but I don't think it's going to be enough either way. Carlos Sainz is out of qualifying. Are we to join him? It's a 109.4, but I don't think that's enough. No, P12, we are out in SQ2. A poor showing from us then. Terrible. And our teammate, Alexander Albon, he's through into SQ3 and P9. But we're a 10th off, a 10th too slow. And that is going to be where our qualifying ends here on Friday. Now, I mean, not much to say. Carlos Sainz, another shock out of qualifying as well. But now let's head to the sprint where hopefully we can make it up.
So it's all about speed in today's sprint. Not very many laps and no chance to get ahead on strategy. Who here today has the raw skill to take them to the top? It's an unusual anti-clockwise race here at Interlagos, where the Sao Paulo locals are packed into the grandstands at each of the 15 corners around this classic 2.7-mile circuit. Two very fast sections bookend the famous and highly technical Sector 2, but getting a good run out of Sao into one of the two DRS zones will be key to any overtaking prospects today. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's sprint. Lando Norris will lead us away from pole position, and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Oscar Piastri, Russell, Fernando Alonso, Hamilton, Leclerc, Stroll, Albon, Perez, Sainz, Williams, Gasly, Ocon, Ricciardo, Magnussen, Tsunoda, Hulkenberg, Bottas, and Joe Guanyu. Which of these drivers will get pole position today? We'll soon find out. And alongside me here today in the commentary box, Anthony Davis. They say that a change is as good as a rest, and whilst there's not much rest on show in the sprint format today, there's definitely a change to what we're usually seeing on the track. Let's look at their season, and particularly against their teammate. Fair to say they've got the better of them more often than not. Now we had great fun watching them win last time out. What a great victory it was. But can they carry that into today's race?
It's the important one, isn't it, Crofty? You've done it once, can you do it again? But, if you start believing in yourself, the confidence starts to build. That inner confidence is what you need. And you can carry that through to future races, including this one, and you set that ball rolling. That's the critical thing that they're looking for here. And I believe if you've got that first race win or a win at any stage, it can start to roll with you in a good way.
Here we are then in the sprint, soft or mediums, and we are going to go for those soft compound tyres today. In terms of where we're starting P12. Yeah, not the best, but we can definitely make moves. Everyone else on the softs except Lewis Hamilton and also Lance Stroll. So I don't know why they're going on a medium tyre. Red Bull have done it a few times in the past. It's never worked for them as we go to 5 red lights with a sprint here in Sao Paulo, and we are underway. And we get an alright start, not losing any positions. Albon again with a stinker. He seems to have struggles with the start, just like Lando Norris does in real life. 26 positions gained, lost, I believe, as we go round the outside of Carlos Sainz. As I said, we're talking about Lando Norris. 26 positions lost of opening laps as of the Belgian Grand Prix, and he's never gained any positions. As now we see Perez and Leclerc dueling as we're going to go to the outside. Can we get a double overtake just like we did on Leclerc and Piastri? Yes, we can. In Austin, we get a double overtake on Leclerc and Piastri. In Sao Paulo, we get a double overtake on Leclerc and Perez. Now, Lewis Hamilton on those medium tyres is up ahead. But now it's Fernando Alonso who's going round the outside of him, or defending to go round the outside. And once again, could we see ourselves? No, we can't. I was going to think about setting ourselves up for another double overtake, but we can get one of them. Fernando Alonso into Cena Delago. They're going to go down the inside. We do have a little moment, but we do just send it back down the inside. And now we've got the 2 medium runners of Lance Stroll and then Lewis Hamilton up the road. We should definitely be overtaking both of these, as we have now overtaken Lance Stroll. Now as we start lap 4, we do go round the outside of Oscar of Lewis Hamilton, and we move up into P5. Comfortable overtake, but will Lewis Hamilton with DRS now have a chance to come back at us? He's gaining. He goes to the outside, and is that going to be a comfortable overtake for him? No, we're going to defend. But we do have a snap of oversteer, but we do just manage to keep it. And now lap 7, it's now Lance Stroll behind us. Lewis Hamilton's dropped down the order. Leclerc has also gained a few positions to Stroll. He's gaining on us massively as we start the final lap of the race. He's going to go down the inside. We're going to defend that though and just keep the position. We have to go onto the grass, and we do lose. We do take a warning for that, unfortunately. And we wouldn't have to give that place back to Stroll, who's gaining on us anyway, and he might just take it anyway, and he does take it. Not much we can do about it, but we go back down the inside in a classic kind of Max Verstappen move. As now we are still on the final lap. We come up to the line. It's been a comfortable drive since then, and we do take P5 from P12, which is a very, very solid recovery drive, and we take 4 well-earned points from the sprints. As we are to take driver of the day as well, which is very, very nice. But who wins the sprint? It was Max Verstappen who took victory in the sprint. Well, I believe it was a McLaren of Lando Norris in P2, and Oscar Piastri rounds off the podium in P3 with George Russell in 4th. We take 5th, quite further back than George Russell. In terms of standings, again, not much changing after a sprint. Albon again, another no points finish. But he's P10, which means that he could be able to do something in the race. And now we head to qualifying for the main race. Here we are then in Q3, lap 2. We are currently P3. We've been incredible on these soft tyres round Interlagos, and we actually are 1/10 up on Max Verstappen. Could we be in for our first pole position? We've won about 4 races so far, but we haven't actually got a pole position yet. But this could be our first time on poles. We're 3/10 up to the line. Is it going to be enough to get our first ever pole position? Yes, it is, and that is so satisfying. Our first pole, we've got 3 wins already under the belt, but we're on pole from Max Verstappen by 1.27 seconds. Charles Leclerc takes P3, Sainz 4th, and our teammate Alexander Albon is in P9 as we head to the main race.
Welcome along then to where heroes and history are made. It's where the 2008 title was decided in the very final corner. Just 1 year later, Jenson Button stormed through from 14th on the grid to claim his one and only Drivers' Championship. It's time then for the Sao
Okay then, medium hard seems the strategy to do for this race. They could do a 2-stop on starting on the softs. We do have a set of softs saved actually, but it looks much faster to go from the mediums onto the hards. But if you do remember from the sprint, we don't actually have much pace on those medium tyres. From sprint qualifying, we don't have much pace on the medium tyres. That is why I'm considering starting on the hards, but we just can't if everyone else is starting on the mediums around us, and we will be at risk from being undercut by those who are on the mediums and do have pace. So we're going to take that pace, that sort of barrier away now. We know we're fast on those hard tyres, and we'll get cracking straight away to 5 red lights for the main race, starting in pole position. Let's get right into it. Everyone else on... Well, we actually have a few soft runners behind us, which makes it even more important for us to go on the mediums. But if we can stay ahead for the first few laps, we should be able to just pull away as those soft tyres will wear out incredibly quickly as we get to 5 red lights for the main race here in Sao Paulo. 25 laps round Interlagos. It's lights out and away we go, and it's a good start for us. Not the best for Verstappen, and that gives us all we need as we lead comfortably into turn 1 ahead of Verstappen. And a great start from us. We've done all we needed to do, and Leclerc and Verstappen are dueling it out, which means they won't catch up to us until lap 4, which is already taking quite a bit out of their tyres as Verstappen goes for the lead of the race round the outside, but it's a textbook defensive move from us. But Verstappen still on the outside, can't hold it quite enough into Senna Delago, and we remain in P1. But George Russell on those medium tyres, it's losing a bit of touch with us, as it's just our 3-horse or 4-horse race for the win then, as now beginning lap 8, Verstappen going for the move. This is where his tyres should start wearing out. This is the sprint length complete now, as we should now be technically faster on these mediums. So it's our job now to pull away. Our pit window is on around lap 11, lap 12, which means that we've got 3 laps to push as much as we can on these mediums. But it isn't the easiest, as you saw there. I had a little snap of oversteer, but we did manage to do it, and Verstappen did actually pit on the lap before onto, I believe it was the medium tyres, as well as Sainz is now the car behind us as we pit the next lap from the mediums onto the hards. Are we at risk of being undercut by Verstappen, even though it's only by 1 lap? We have not had the best of in-laps, but we're going to pit anyway. Hopefully we get a good stop by the team. They've been actually quite good recently. And yes, it is a good stop, and we come out comfortably ahead of Sainz, so no blocking there at all. But Verstappen now coming round into turn 1. Is he going to be ahead of us? Are we going to be ahead of him? Are we going to be just behind him as we head out of the pit lane exit? And Verstappen is just ahead of us. It's a marginal amount, but he is ahead of us. But we are on a lap fresher tyres, albeit the hards. But we know we are pacey on these hard tyres. But although we do say that and go immediately off. But now lap 13, Max Verstappen will take the lead of the race, as George Russell and Fernando Alonso are pitting, but not if we can have anything to do about it. As we start lap 14, Verstappen sets the fastest lap of the race. That's not enough for us. We have a purple final sector. Verstappen goes for a switchback on us into turn 1, but we do retain that P1 position and up into the lead once again. Led every lap so far, and we intend to keep it that way. As now Carlos Sainz 2.2 seconds behind us. Will he catch up to us is the question. Are we going to fight with Verstappen too much? But we are going to pull away as much as we can. But once again, Verstappen's tyres are just too good for us at the moment, and we can't shake him off as we go to the inside. As he goes to the inside, we're going to go try and defend it round the outside. Verstappen just loses out there, but we do keep the P1 position, but Verstappen will have another go into turn 4 with DRS. Now, is he going to go to the inside or the outside, or is he too far back to go for the move? He is just too far back to overtake us. And now lap 20, we do have a yellow flag behind us. That's a Ferrari, and I believe it's spun. As you see, the time difference to Verstappen is 2.3 seconds, so we have been pulling away as his tyres are wearing, but the Ferrari's still spun, and that means we have a safety car. Now that is the worst possibly timed safety car, I think, possible. I thought about pitting here onto the softs. I wondered if Verstappen and everyone behind us would. I believe if we did pit, we would come out ahead of Hamilton or Russell in P4. As we go, as now lap 22, Verstappen right up our back again. As we are going to be incredibly so. We do not want him to gain that benefit of the slipstream On lap 23, we will be starting. Prepare to resume racing as the safety car is in. And we are going to go right about... I think now's a good time to go, as we do catch Verstappen. No, Verstappen's right on our tail. We're going to deploy a bit of battery, and Verstappen doesn't seem to have deployed his or saved enough of his, as we do retain the lead into turn 1 comfortably, not even any question. But Verstappen is still 0.6 behind us rather than 2.3 seconds, and that could invite him quite a lot of. He has a couple stamps of oversteer, and that is going to allow him just to catch back up to us. And now the unfortunate thing is, for the final 2 laps, Max Verstappen will have DRS on us, and as will Carlos Sainz, who is now up into P2, and he is going to go for the lead of the race. This is on the starting the final lap. Here he goes. We're going to go. He goes to the inside. We defend round the outside. Just take it nice and easy and up into retain the P1. But Sainz will have one last bite of the cherry here. Second dose of DRS now. Gaining. He's going to go to the outside. This is his final chance to really overtake us, except the run down to the line. But we do defend. But Sainz round the outside. He has held it. He is comfortably in P1. But we fight back. And we fight back up into P1. Mega last lap this is. But we do retain the P1, but we go wide and we lose it, and we come back onto the track still in P1, but Sainz now trying to go all the way around our outside, but we can't do it there. But we should have it covered. We should have the race win covered as long as we have enough ERS to save to the line. But it's only on 30% at the moment. I'm sure Sainz has saved a lot of his battery for this moment. We have a snap of oversteer as well going into the final corner, and another one there. And is that going to allow Sainz to in the run down to the line with slipstream and with DRS? We are going to deploy all our battery. Sainz is gaining. He's going to go to the outside. We are just going to take the victory by the most infinitesimal amount to Carlos Sainz, but it's first place, and that is all that matters. Carlos Sainz takes P2 and Verstappen rounds off the podium, but it's another win in the bag for us. A great way to bounce back from our DNF in Texas. And it sets us in perfect stead for Abu Dhabi next time.
Fantastic victory here at Interlagos.
I mean, it looked like they were in a different category at points 2 in the race, led every lap. I mean, what more can we say?
So here they come now, with Williams leading the way to the podium. A hard-fought victory for the team today, and one I'm sure they'll savour. It's Williams, today's winners.
It's P1 then for us. A great result. And we also are the best driver throughout the whole weekend, having done well in the sprint as well. As I've said, Carlos Sainz take P2 by 0.026 seconds, so an incredibly fine margin. Fernando Alonso takes fastest lap in P10, and it's Alexander Albon, our teammate, finally getting some more points in P9. Sergio Perez, poor weekend for him, as is Charles Leclerc, whose bad form continues after the DNF in Texas. In the standings, we move up to P3 behind Lando Norris, although we know the championship to Max Verstappen is already all done. And we do move closer, 6 points behind Aston Martin. And a good result in Abu Dhabi as we head back to the factory, the home now. And guys, if you have enjoyed this part of my F1 24 Kimi Antonelli career mode, do make sure to like and subscribe. I would hate you to miss the finale next time. It would just be really sad for you. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss that. Like the video if you have enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time for Abu Dhabi on the 5th of December. See you guys then. Goodbye.